What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we're going to be checking out the new Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. I have not even taken it out of the carton yet, so I'm really excited. I have not seen it in real life. I've obviously seen pictures and stuff on Instagram, but I haven't taken it out yet. And I even wore my yellow shirt so we could be all matchy-matchy with our eyeshadow. I know that's probably embarrassing, but that's just me. I'll be honest, when I first saw this palette on, I think it was Trend Mood was the first thing that I saw it on, I was kind of like, I don't know, like I feel like I was a really big fan of the Naked palette when it first came out, especially the original. I literally used that thing every single day. Loved that, loved the second, loved the third, and I feel like after that it kind of fizzled out a little bit. I do really like the Naked Heat palette though. That is one of my favorites of like the newer Naked ones, just because I like warm toned neutrals. But when I saw this, I was just like, oh my gosh, like how many Naked palettes can a company possibly create? But then I saw swatches of it and I was like, dang, that actually looks really, really pretty. So I'm excited to see how this works. I know yellow is like a really poppin' color for eyeshadow right now, so definitely on trends and everything. They did send me the palette. They sent a little pamphlet that says all the dates that this is going to be launching on. So September 13th is the big launch on Urban Decay's website as well as Sephora, and September 23rd it's going to come to Ulta, Macy's, Nordstrom, and Belk.com, and then September 26th it will be in store at those stores. So coming very soon. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and take it out of the carton and check it out. This is going to be retailing for $49. It's kind of weird to me that all of their Naked palettes kind of have varying prices, so it's a little bit less than some Naked palettes, but it's also a little bit more than some other ones. Oh my god, it almost came flying out. So yeah, it's coming in kind of in the middle at $49, just below $50. Ooh, okay, I actually like the packaging. This is nice. It's like golden. I like it. It goes with the theme of honey, so I'm about that. Very cute. And let's go ahead and open her. Oh wow. Okay. That is really pretty. I feel like it looks better in person than it did in the pictures. That it's actually gorgeous. It looks like a very pretty palette, so I'm actually like a lot more excited now. I was like excited to try it out regardless, but now I'm like, okay, wow, this is actually really, really pretty. It's less yellow and more golden, I feel like, in person, which I personally like. I love golds on the eyes, so I feel like I'm gonna actually really, really like this. I feel like the only like yellow kind of color is this one, but it's even still like golden. So I would definitely say more of a gold than yellow palette. It does come with a brush, which is really, really nice. I actually really like the Urban Decay eyeshadow brushes that they put in their palettes. They're normally really good. So it does come with a dual-sided brush. We have like a little buffer and then a smaller buffer, which is great. And you do get 12 different shades. I don't know if I said that already to you guys. We have a mix of mattes and shimmers, which I love. It looks like we have a lot of different neutral transition mattes, which I really, really like, and some beautiful looking shimmers. So I'm actually really, really excited to create a look with this. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you can be notified of all of my future uploads. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start by doing some swatches on my arm so I can show you all of the shades, because obviously I'm not gonna be able to use every single one of them on my eyes. Swatches do not tell the full story. I always say that really seeing them in use on the eyes is what's gonna tell us whether or not the palette is good, but I am gonna do full swatches for you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the first four on my arm and then we'll go through them. All right, so here are the first four swatches. We have Flyby, which is a light metallic shimmer shade, great for highlighting. Then we have Sweet and Swarm, which are two matte neutral shades. One that's a little more pink toned, one that's a little more yellow toned. And then we have Amber, which is a bronze shimmer. All right, for the next four, we have Keeper first, which is a matte shade. This one swatched a little patchy, so we're gonna see how that one works in the eye. Then we have Golden and Honey, which are both super, super pretty golden shimmer shades. And then we have Queen, which this one swatched really, really beautiful. It's super, super buttery, which is like a dark shimmer. All right, and then last four, we have Hive and Drip, which are both darker matte shades. Then we have HBIC. This is super, super beautiful. A nice shimmer, kind of deep bronzy tone. And then we have the darkest shade in the palette, which is Sting, which is a matte. So that would be great for like lower lash line, or if you want to do a little liner moment with eyeshadow, it would be really, really nice. So overall, I think these shadows actually swatched really nicely. Urban Decay shadows normally do, but we're gonna go ahead and use them on the eyes and really see. So let's jump in. I'm first gonna go in with Keeper, which is actually like the one shade that I feel like didn't swatch all that great, but we're gonna put it on our eyes as a neutral transition and pop that in our crease. And it looks like it's actually blending just fine on the crease, so I can't complain. Oh, you know what? I should zoom you guys in. I literally always forget. Hang on. All right, so just blending Keeper into my crease and upper crease area as a neutral transition. What I love about this palette is because there are so many different mattes, there are a lot of different neutral transitions. It could work for a lot of different skin tones. which is really, really nice, as opposed to some palettes that like only really have one matte neutral shade, and where that can definitely not work for like everyone's skin tone. But there's a lot of options in this palette. And Urban Decay does have an eyeshadow primer, their little primer potion that they do suggest to use with this palette. I just set my lids with concealer and some powder, and that's what I always do, so that is what I'm using today. I'm not using any sort of extra primer. Okay, next to go ahead and deepen that up, I'm gonna go in with a drip, and I'm gonna go in with the blender of the brush that comes with the palette, and go ahead and use this to deepen up the crease area. Oh wow, this is actually pretty deep, yeah. So the shades are definitely pigmented, which is great. Like, this is coming off darker than I actually even initially realized that it was going to. So we're just gonna go in and buff it with this brush. The sun is like going in and out behind me, so I'm sorry if the lighting is like changing. Hopefully it'll come back out in a second. Then just gonna go back in with that original brush to buff everything together, but everything is blending super easily, which is great. And then I'm gonna go in with that deepest shade Sting with the smaller side of that buffer brush and buff that on my lower lash line. And we'll bring it a little bit into the outer crease area. A nice smoky golden eye, which is my favorite. Continuing with that small little shader, just gonna bring this right into this very outer corner, just so everything blends together, and just deepen it slightly. I actually love little buffer brushes like this, so this is great. You can really get in and do like nice detail work with them. Okay, now I know I really want to use the shade Honey because it's so, so beautiful, but I think I want to use that in the center of my lid. I'm gonna kind of do deeper on either side and then kind of pop in the center. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Golden, and I'm gonna use that in my inner corner as well as like the outer, and then I'm gonna leave the center part open. I am gonna stretch my brush with some Fix Plus, just so we get a really nice metallic finish. Water will work. If you don't have Fix Plus at home, don't go out and buy it. I feel like you don't really need it. I just have it on my desk here. So I'm gonna go in with Golden on this inner part of my eye, and also on the outer where we already used that deeper shade. So it's already gonna be deeper just because it has the Sting shade underneath it, but that's okay. And just leave the center of the lid open, and then do the same thing on the other side. And I did not re-spritz my brush with Fix Plus when I moved to this eye, and I feel like the shadow is like showing up just as much, so you might not even really need to use that. I feel like it didn't make a big difference. And I am bringing a little bit of Golden beneath my lower lash line. And then right in the center, we're gonna go in with Honey. Ooh, this is such a pretty color. I'm gonna pop that in there to really make everything super bright. Ooh, so pretty. This is such a pretty shade. And when the light hits it too, it reflects so yellow, which I really, really like. I wish they would have put like a yellow, like an actual yellow in this palette. I feel like the marketing of it or something, like I was under the impression there was gonna be more yellow in here, and it's really more golden, which I love golden, but I would have loved to see like maybe one yellow shade. But that's just like a personal preference kind of thing. Because this Honey shade is the closest that they have. And it definitely does reflect yellow in the light. And you know what? I'm actually gonna buff a little bit of this on the center part of my lower lash line as well. And then for a highlight, we're gonna go in with Flyby and just pop that right beneath the brow bone, like so. And then to finish off the eyes, I'm just gonna go in with the Urban Decay Glide On Pencil in Conspiracy, just a brown eyeliner, and I'm gonna pop that into my waterline. And I am just popping on some mascara. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And then for my lips, I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay Lip Pencil in Peyote and just line my lips. Just gonna do a neutral lip today. Then I'm gonna go in with MAC's Honey Love lipstick and Tarte's H2O Gloss in Sandy Toes on my lips. All right, you guys, so that is the completed look, and honestly, I feel so bad for ever even saying that I wasn't excited for this palette, because now I feel like this is like my favorite Naked palette. I thought it worked beautifully. I love the look that I created, and I'm honestly pretty shook. The last Naked palette they came out with, I was kind of like indifferent about. The Reloaded, I didn't love that. Like I wasn't obsessed, but this one I'm like, oh dang, like this is a really, Really beautiful palette. I really, really like it. And I can definitely see myself grabbing for this. I'm a neutrals girl at heart. I love the golden shades in it. And I love that there's so many different matte neutral transition shades that you can really use to create a really smoky eye. You could do a totally matte eye with this as well. But it's a really beautiful palette. I really like the look I created, and I thought that the shadows worked really, really well. Definitely let me know down below what you guys think of this palette. Are you gonna get it? Are you gonna skip it? I would love to hear. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.